And part 1, I would like to introduce what philosophy is and what philosophy is important in our daily life. First, philosophy means the love of wisdom. It's the study of knowledge, truth, and reality. Philosophy helps us develop critical thinking and encourages us to ask deep questions about life, such as who we are and how we should live. In our daily life, philosophy is very important. It helps us make better decisions, for example, when choosing our career or field of study. It also helps us build strong moral values such as being honest when using social media. Besides that, philosophy improves our critical thinking skills, so we can avoid believing fake news online. It also helps us understand different opinions and promotes harmony in a multicultural society like Malaysia. Therefore, philosophy plays an important role in guiding our thinking and improving our life.
Let's start with the first major period of Western philosophy, ancient and medieval. This era is the base of all Western thinking. Starting in ancient Greek city-states, it moved beyond old myths, using reason to study reality, right and wrong, and the meaning of life, and set up the main idea of philosophy. Key thinkers include the pre-Socratics, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, and the later Greek-style schools. In the medieval time, philosophy focused on the link between force and reason, closely connected to Christian beliefs. Thinkers like Thomas combined Aristotle's logic with religious rules to create scholastic themes, while August explored ideas about God, sin, and being saved. This period kept classical ideas alive and prepared the way for all later philosophical discussions. It started with the Renaissance, which focused on human-centered ideas and brought back classical thinking. Next came to the Enlightenment, which supported reason, freedom, and scientific progress. Early modern philosophy centered on debates about how we gain knowledge between relationism and experience. Late modern philosophy, meanwhile, turned to criticizing history, society, and the individual. Today, contemporary philosophy is a varied field, with main movements including analysis, philosophy, existentialism, phenomenology, and postmodernism. It looks into language, science, right and wrong, and social program, fitting philosophy to the complexities of the modern world and putting key ideas in their historical context.
Next, let's explore Eastern lifestyle philosophy. It is more than just a theory, it is a way of life focused on finding balance within ourselves and within the world. According to our materials, the Eastern view is interworld dependent. We believe true reality is within the soul, not in material wealth. The goal is self in liberation to free ourselves from the false me and discover our true self. Also, we embrace the cosmic unity, meaning we should live in harmony with nature rather than trying to conquer it. This Western directorate addressed this issue. First, to cure modern anxiety, we use medication to find a place in a chaotic world. Second, to solve the environmental crisis, we treat nature as an extension of ourselves. Finally, we value collective harmony, helping people overcome loneliness by reconnecting with family and society. In short, Eastern philosophy teaches us to look inward to find a lasting place.
Western philosophy began in ancient Greece as a tradition that used reasons to explore the true nature of the world. Rather than focusing on appearance, it seeks to uncover deeper laws and meaning behind existence. At its core and two key ideas, logos, the represents universal reasons and orders. At most, they reflect human freedom and rational agency. Different philosophers offer distinct perspectives on how we should live. Epicurus believes that pleasure is the beginning and end of a happy life, focusing on simple and lasting joy. Many cults emphasize beauty, arguing that we should act only according to rules we want to become universal laws. Tyranny depicted with Cogito, ergo sum, shows that human thought is the foundation of certainty. Together, this idea shows how Western philosophy uses reasons not only to understand the world, but also to guide how we live within it.
My part is about the philosophy and the human being. First of all, we should know philosophy is not abstract or isolated, but the foundation of human life closely tied to eight core fields: physiology, ethics, genetics, psychology, sociology, culture, economy, and civilization. Philosophy serves as a foundational guide across diverse fields in physiology and genetics. It provides ethical and framework for life science research. In ethic, psychology and sociology, it shapes values, moral norms, and understanding of human behavior to foster individual well-being and social harmony. And in culture, economy, and civilization, it acts as a spiritual driving force for innovation, development, and humanity's pursuit of a regional, sustainable future. So, in short, philosophy is the invisible engine of human development.
First, let's look at the origin of knowledge in philosophy. Philosophy studies the origin and the nature of human knowledge, which means how we know and understand the world. It also explains human development, or ontogeny, which refers to how people learn and grow from childhood through experience. In addition, philosophy supports effective learning processes by improving how we understand and organize knowledge. Philosophy also develops critical thinking and reasoning skills so we can analyze information and make better decisions. Finally, it helps us understand human existence by asking questions about life, meaning, and our purpose. So we can see that knowledge develops from knowledge to thinking and then to understanding. Now let's look at the role of philosophy in real life. In our daily life, philosophy improves the education system. For example, by encouraging critical thinking in university learning. It also supports problem-solving skills, help us deal with challenges, and make better decisions. In addition, philosophy guides ethical decision making, help us choose what's right or wrong in everyday situations. At the same time, philosophy plays an important role in modern society. It helps shape social values such as fairness, justice, and responsibilities. It also helps us understand contemporary challenges. For example, philosophy helps us think critically about issues like AI ethics or climate change. So overall, philosophy not only helps us understand how knowledge is formed, but also guides our thinking, action, and understanding of the world.
Let's talk about philosophy in our life. A brief overview. Philosophy is a tool for critical thinking and a guide to understanding ourselves and the world. 2. Philosophy has developed the human civilization from ancient time to the present. 3. Eastern philosophy focused on harmony, inner peace, and simplicity. Western philosophy emphasizes action, individual expression, and progress. Philosophy influence exists. psychology, society, culture, harmony, and civilization. Philosophy is the foundation of knowledge and shapes how we understand the world. The value of philosophy in life. It departs from 4 points. The first point is it shapes our way of thinking and improve critical thinking. The second point is it values cultural development and the spirit of civilization. The second point is it helps us explore the meaning of life and understand our own value. The fourth point, it guides us to make better and wiser decisions. At last, philosophy is both an academic discipline and a life wisdom, enabling people to live more clearly, rationally, and meaningfully.